A U.S. judge on Thursday said he is leaning toward releasing some of the evidence presented by the Justice Department to justify its search of Donald Trump's Florida home last week in a case that pits news organizations against federal prosecutors. U.S. Magistrate Judge Bruce Reinhardt ordered the DOJ, despite the agency's objections, to file a redacted version of the affidavit. The DOJ had argued that releasing the affidavit, even in redacted form, could harm the ongoing probe, which they described as still being in the early stages and involving highly sensitive grand jury material. But news outlets, including the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and ABC News, tried to persuade the judge of the public's right to know, arguing the historic significance of the search outweighs any argument to keep the record sealed. Attorney Deanna Schulman represents Dow Jones & Company, publisher of the Wall Street Journal.
I feel good about today's hearing. Judge Reinhardt seems to have a very good sense that it is his job as the gatekeeper in this case to perform his function of balancing the interest in the public of accessing these materials against the interest in the government in keeping them secret.
The search of Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort, which was approved by Reinhardt on August 5th, is part of a federal investigation into whether Trump illegally removed documents when he left office in January of 2021 after losing the presidential election to Joe Biden. Trump, who has repeatedly claimed the Mar-a-Lago search was politically motivated, has made statements on social media calling on the court to unseal the unredacted version, but his attorneys have not filed any such requests. The DOJ also voiced growing safety concerns. Threats directed at FBI agents have increased since the raid. Police shot dead an armed man in Ohio last week after he tried to breach an FBI building, and a man in Pennsylvania was charged with making threats against FBI agents. Trump's rhetoric against the FBI has caught on with GOP voters. A Reuters Ipsos poll this week found that 54% of Republicans say federal law enforcement officials behaved irresponsibly in the case.